So we're on our way on a 4-day little getaway, and I squeezed the front brakes and out they went. Yeah, I don't think you can hear them right now. The tinging went away, so I'm gonna have to stop and repair them. So we decided to go out for a 4-day little tour around Central Florida through Ocala National Forest, and I knew that my front brakes were getting low, but I wanted to, push it as far as I could without them going bad. I thought I would make this trip, but I wasn't 100% sure. So we're about 10 miles into it, and I squeezed the brakes, and there was nothing, and I started hearing a little ratchety sound, which most likely means that the little spring in there popped loose and is running around my rotor. So, well, this is something that might happen to you if you're out touring. You don't have the luxury of being at a bike store or being in your garage with a bike stand. So here we are, we're in a park, we stopped. I'm gonna do a quick replacement to show you how easy it is. In the field, this is something that, like I said, you may have to do if you're out bike touring. Really all you need, if you're running we're running Avid BB7 brakes, disc brakes, which we absolutely love. We've toured with rim brakes and disc brakes, and I mean, we prefer disc brakes. That's a whole nother topic, along with drop bars, flat bars, 26-inch wheels, 700C wheels. So, of what's better. But just want to show you how simple it is to replace these discs, because this is one of the things people talk about with disc brakes is how hard they are to maintain. Let me tell you, they're a breeze. Mechanical discs. Don't go touring with hydraulic. I mean, I guess you could, but we would recommend staying mechanical the whole way. So what you need, in anticipation of the brakes going bad, I went ahead and brought my shoes with me. Normally for a little short trip I wouldn't bother, but I knew these were getting close, so I went ahead and brought them with me. The tools I always carry, even when I'm just commuting, I carry Allen wrenches and most likely like my Leatherman or something. So, so I got the new pads right here. Like I said, I got my tools that I always carry. These are, to take this apart is a 5mm Allen wrench, which right here. Like I said, and then I carry this just in case. I may or may not need it, but you can't go wrong having some sort of either Gerber tool or Leatherman. Actually, this Gerber tool was a gift. We were in the Arctic Circle, stopped at a rest area in the middle of nowhere, and this happened to be laying there. So I've had this since Finland, actually. It's actually a very nice tool. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and start taking this apart and show you how easy it is. I hope it's easy, because I haven't taken this apart in I don't know how long, so we'll see how it goes. All right, like I said, you need number 5. Now what I'm gonna do, since mine are mounted this way, I'm gonna go ahead and take them off at the bracket here, not here. If you do take them off from here, if you have the post-mounted type setup, pay attention to how your washers are stacked. I mean, I'm not going to take this apart. I am going to loosen it, but I'm not going to take it apart. But these washers, one side is flat, the other side is beveled, so it kind of like fits in like a cup, so you can swivel it around. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take it. I'm taking mine off right here. Like I said, I hope this goes smooth. I mean, I don't know if I've ever even replaced these brakes, to be honest with you. This may be the first time. So we're all in. Okay, so I take them off, and they look pretty worn. What I'm going to go ahead and do now, since I got them off, is loosen this all the way up. So I'm turning it so it goes out. This is the fixed side. This is the mechanical side that when you squeeze, you can see how it squishes together there. So I'm going to back this out too, so that when I put the new pads on, there's plenty of room to go back over the rotor. Now to get these out, you see these tabs. You simply just grab these tabs together, you pinch them together, and you kind of just wiggle them out. Actually, okay, these are coming out one at a time. Now, there's still some meat on there. A little bit, not much. Oh, this one's gone. Look at that. Got a hole clean through it. That's probably where the pinging was coming from. Okay, now you got to make sure you get this little clip in here out. This is why I got the pliers actually, because sometimes you may need that. So, see if I can get those out. Can't even. All right. Use the blade knife here to. It sounds like blinding me in my side of my eyes. Huh. Yeah, so much of that clip is missing. Yeah, I'm going to show you what. This is the clip I'm taking out. I don't know if you can see it real well, but this is broken off. That's probably what I heard in there going around on the rotor. Here's a new one, just to give you an idea. So I'm also going to show you the difference in new and old pads here. So, you know, these come together like so, usually. And these are actually pads that we took with us on our trip. These are worn pads. These aren't even new pads. Hang on, let me get the new pads out. Since I'm going through all this trouble, I'm gonna go ahead and put new pads on. Those must have been some that we took out that were still halfway decent, but since I've got it apart. Yes, these are brand new pads. So, it's an old pad, new pad. I don't know how much you can tell the thickness difference. And with the light out here, it's a little odd. So, but anyway, so push these together, take your metal clip. And you can see they're shaped a certain way. This is the piece that I was grabbing on earlier. And that, if you look at your brakes, you'll see a little notch. So that's where these are going to go in like so. So that this post here is in line with that notch there. And they are marked. Let's see, they should be marked left and a right, yeah. I don't know if you can see it. That's left, there's an L. And on this one, there's an R right there. So, and that's as you're cycling. So this will be the right and this will be the left. But you got to put this clip in. Now this clip, you notice it's got this little notch right here. That's going to go between those two right there, as like this. And what that does, if I release my pressure here, you see how it's just pushing it apart? That's what you want. Okay? As you can see that. And now, like I said, L to the outside. Now sometimes this can be a little tricky getting these in without that spring popping. Oh. Well, that was easy. Alrighty, so that's pretty much it. You see how it clipped into place here, so you can't really. Okay, so now I'm going to put this back on.
Oh, here, let's put it on. Okay.
Now, what I would also suggest, like I said, I'm going to loosen this up. So now that I've got it off, I'm going to go ahead and just loosen these up so that I can swivel it around, so that when I put it back on, I can adjust it real quick. See, now it's loose. That will allow me, once I slide it on, I can move this around and get it lined up and get everything snug like it's supposed to. So I put this back down. Guess it helps if you line the holes up just right. Okay, so put these in. Snug it, but don't over tighten it. It's just kind of feel it. You want it to just be snug. So I'm using like one finger, just, you know, I don't want to use the whole hand. They don't need to be that tight. Okay. Now you notice when I loosen them up, it still allows me to wiggle this around and tighten everything down accordingly. So what I want to do now is I'm going to squeeze the brakes up top to just center everything. Now I don't know if this is the actual proper way to do it. This is how I do it. Now what I'll go back down here and do is I will manually squeeze these together. It's very tight. So what I'm doing is I'm rotating the inner wheel and I'm rotating the outer wheel. And I'm just let it slowly snug itself down. Squeeze the brakes again. Okay, so now what I do now that it's tight, it's gripped onto the disc itself. I'll go ahead and snug this down just to see what it looks like. Again, don't over tighten them. Okay, now I'm going to back everything back out. Squeeze the brakes. What I'm going to do too is pick up the front wheel and just spin it freely. Now you'll notice down here what I'm looking at, what I do, is you'll see the disc. As I squeeze the brakes, I want to make sure that the disc is not flexing inwards this way too much, because that means I've got something out of adjustment here. But as I'm squeezing them, I got good friction up top. Of course, you can adjust it as you need. If I want to have less play at the top, I can move this one in. But I actually like the way this feels. This is, again, I don't know if that's by the books. Actually, is it rubbing right there? It looks like it's rubbing, huh? So what I want to do is back this out a little bit. Loosen them back up just a little. Squeeze. Okay, back inside here, you don't want your disc hitting the caliper itself on the inside here. So I'm going to have to adjust this pad in a little bit just to ensure that when I squeeze it, it doesn't hit, so still looks like it's wanting to hit a little bit. Okay, that's the best I can tell out here. I don't have it on a stand, but it looks like there's a gap here. So that seems to be pretty good. So I just back this one in. Snug everything down. Back this out. Back that out 1 or 2 notches. You can tell when you're rotating these knobs, they're indexed. So, all right, it's fine for me right now. As you notice up here at the handle, got about that, and that's where I'm getting some contact. That's pretty good. I mean, I'll ride it now and make adjustments as I need to. It's looking all right. It looks like it's centered pretty well and it's not rubbing. I'll do one more spin. Yeah, okay. So, well, that was it in the field, replacing the disc pads on a Avid BB7. Years past, I had the older versions, and it's just as easy, just the same thing. So I hope you found this video useful and helpful. Like I said, this is out in the field. It's much easier at home, but I just want to show you it can be done out here with just really one tool is really all you need. It's nice to have this as a backup. So anyway, if you like the video, make sure you click like down below, give me some feedback. You know, I'm sure I'm going to get some comments if that's not the correct way to adjust them. Fine. That's how I did it. That's how I've been doing it. It seems to work for us. I'm sure there is a book smart way or in the shop way, but this is fine. So, all right, well, thank you.